Rikki Schlott, a co-author of a book on free speech and cancel culture, sheds light on the increasing prevalence of cancel culture in American society. She references data from the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression that indicates a record-breaking number of cancellation cases in 2020. Schlott attributes this rise to the advent of social media, which has become a powerful tool for spreading outrage and creating echo chambers that reinforce certain ideologies. Schlott discusses the significant impact of cancel culture on educational institutions, particularly elite colleges and universities. She notes that a concerning number of students and professors are self-censoring, with 2/3 of students and 90% of professors reporting that they hold back their true thoughts. This self-censorship is even more pronounced than during the era of McCarthyism. Schlott suggests that this trend is due to a generational shift away from classical liberal values towards a culture that prioritizes protectionism and fragility. Schlott explores the mechanisms through which cancel culture is enforced. She points out that young people are exposed to social media early on, creating a digital footprint that can be scrutinized for ideological purity. Individuals are often subtly tested for their views on controversial figures, and those with differing opinions can experience soft alienation. This marginalization is not overt, but is nonetheless effective in silencing dissenting voices. Social media's role in cancel culture is significant, as evidenced by data from the National Contagion Research Institute. Schlott explains that mass bans and purges on platforms like Twitter result in a migration to alternative platforms such as Gab. This suggests that censorship does not eliminate controversial ideas, but instead pushes them into more isolated spaces. Social media also fosters a culture of performative empathy and moral righteousness, which contributes to the enforcement of cancel culture. The political landscape has become increasingly polarized, with Schlott noting a feminization of the left and a reactionary shift towards the right, especially among young people. This polarization is fueled by the alienation and ideological segregation that young people experience, as well as the influence of social media and internet rabbit holes. The touchy nature of political issues on college campuses further exacerbates self-censorship and hinders robust intellectual debate. Cancellation tactics have evolved to become softer and more subtle, with ideological bias tests and social pressures to conform to prevailing ideologies. Schlott points out that individuals are often expected to demonstrate their allegiance to certain ideologies through actions like posting a black square on social media. She contrasts her own university experience, which was free from political influence, with the current climate of self-censorship that affects the university experience. Schlott emphasizes the critical importance of free speech and robust debate in educational institutions. She argues that a forum for different ideas to collide in an intellectual and healthy manner is essential. The touchy nature of political issues and the reluctance to engage in intellectual debate on college campuses are concerning trends that stifle the development of young minds and contribute to the polarization of political views. The impact of cancel culture on young people is profound, with many fearing that their mistakes will define them for life due to their permanent online presence. This fear leads to anxiety and unrest, as young people are unable to make social faux pas without severe repercussions. Schlott stresses the need for values and education that promote epistemic humility and encourage engagement in the realm of ideas. Schlott delves into the relationship between free speech laws and culture, highlighting that cultural norms are crucial in promoting free speech. She cites examples of countries with strong free speech laws but a weak culture of free speech, and vice versa. She calls for a cultural shift towards valuing free speech and the wisdom of the populace, rather than relying solely on legal protections. Schlott provides examples of individuals who have been affected by cancel culture, such as Harvard professor Carol Hohen, who faced backlash for her views on gender identity. She also discusses the concept of consequence culture, where words are perceived as violence, leading to accountability for one's views and opinions. However, she notes that this often lacks genuine accountability and instead focuses on making examples of individuals. Looking ahead, Schlott expresses concern about the future of cancel culture, especially with the upcoming 2024 election and the growing societal polarization. She anticipates potential social unrest and the role of social media in exacerbating divisive trends. She calls for a cultural reckoning and a return to the values that support a diverse democracy. To combat cancel culture, Schlott suggests the importance of parenting and raising children to understand their own vulnerability and that of others. She advocates for considering alternative education systems outside the elite university system. She also stresses the need for institutional neutrality and a culture of free speech within corporations, and the importance of standing up for those targeted by cancel culture. For those facing cancel culture, Schlott advises standing up for others and not attempting to appease the cancel mob. She underscores the power of support from others and the importance of not compromising or apologizing for something one does not truly regret. In summary, Rikki Schlott's analysis provides a comprehensive look at the impact of cancel culture on society and the importance of fostering a culture that values free speech and intellectual humility. Her insights into the role of parenting, education, and institutional neutrality offer a multifaceted approach to addressing the challenges of cancel culture.